Yo, 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 what's the word? What's the word? Man, I hope everybody having a good day. I hope all is well. But today, what we will be getting into, well, it's really not today. We actually been recorded this video, but we were so focused on my brothers-in-law Booster RSX content that it kind of like put my stuff on the back burner. But now that it's over, we're all full throttle with the Lsswap G35 coupe. So this video is about me modifying the OEM fuel sending unit to make it a fuel return system. If you didn't know, G35s does not come with a fuel return system. And now that I'm doing a swap, doing the Lsswap, a performance motor, it's kind of best to do a fuel return system. So instead of buying one that's about between $700 to $900, I figured let's modify the OEM fuel sending unit and make it a fuel return. We actually took that pump out of there and we upgraded to a Walbro. I think it's a 425, 450, forget what it is. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I apologize in advance for the quality of the video. This video was actually recorded when I first got started and trying to get used to recording myself, so some of the angles ain't right, but I apologize in advance, and I hope you enjoy it. So, it's a little dark in here. I gotta get those, I gotta go get those clips off. Let's see if I can see. I gotta go get those clips off. I'll be right back. Let me get those clips off real quick. All up, we gotta take these bolts off all around it. That's a Phillip. So we have a Phillip. Let's get them all off. Oh! We're gonna sit them right there. We can't lose those. You know what? I don't even think I have nothing that size. I don't want to strip them either. Let's see. Let's see. I know it ain't an 8. Ooh. Bless me. I know it ain't an 8. Oh, it is. It is. All right. Let me get my gun. Get my impact. More. I can't hold the camera. One second. All right, so I got all the bolts out. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm kind of nervous, y'all, because I need this sending unit to be an OEM sending unit in order for us to change the fuel regulator that's built into it to make this into a fuel return system. Now, the OEM one has a fuel regulator in it as well, but the problem is the part that Z1 Motorsports or any other company that sells the parts to make this OEM sending unit fuel return, it doesn't fit in the OEM one. So it's very important that we that it is it. So pray for me. Like this is a big deal. So, I'll know in a minute. I'll know in a minute. You know what? I'm so stupid. I'm working backwards. Now my hands smell like gasoline. Oh, boy. Then I gotta hurry up. I don't want my garage / studio smelling like fuel. So I'll probably take that cup and close it back and bolting it all up. Let me put some gloves on real quick. All right, we got some gloves on. Let's see if we can try to get this sending unit out. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a plug that I have to unplug. So let me see if I can get to it. Oh, here you go, right here. Is it? Let me try to get it out. Man, I kind of made a mess. Kind of like clean some of this stuff out. So I bet. So this is basically the sending unit. And you have to be very delicate with this because you don't want to pop no wires. But we kind of want to get this done so we can not inhale this fuel. So what we're trying to do here now is pull these tabs out. Oh, there you go. And pull this out. Let's take our time with this. You cannot rush. This is a very crucial step because these sending units is not cheap. They're not cheap whatsoever. So you kind of want to be very delicate with them. Very delicate with it. So that's some stuff in there that don't need to be. So what we got to do is you got to take all of these clips off. You want to sit your springs to the side. You cannot lose these springs. The springs is very important. This is that fuel regulator I was talking to y'all about. And then I'm going to go get my other fuel regulator. I'm in my sending unit and show you how, you know, I wasn't focused. I had Messiah outside with me, my son, and trying to watch him and do what I need to do to customize it. I popped the wire. So, it kind of messed me up. Unplug the pump. I hope you guys can see. You want to take this pump out. You need this, but I think I have one already. So we're going to kind of set these to the side. Set all these parts to the side. We're going to set this to the side. We're going to get that out the way. We got to be very careful with this. So now that we got that, let's kind of like clean up a little bit. We kind of got gas everywhere. I'm gonna have a hard time getting the smell out of here, but a little trick: burn coffee. Open the doors, open some windows, burn coffee. We don't need this anymore. So we're gonna sit this in this. I'm gonna sit that over there. Burn coffee. I'm gonna get another rag. So what we wanna do is, we gotta flatten this in part out, right behind the wire board, whatever you wanna call that. Flatten this out, make it real smooth. And then we're gonna use this bit to drill a hole in here, so we can put a fitting in there. That way we can run a return line. And then we also gotta kind of cut this out because the 425 Walbro full pump, it won't fit in here. So we gotta kind of customize that. We gotta flatten this out so we can drill a hole and make sure we do all of this and put all of that back together. We also gotta take this fuel regulator out. Matter of fact, let's do that now. All right. We gotta take that out to put our new fuel regulator in. You gotta be careful. Remember, take your time. You gotta take your time with this. So let's get that to the side. We got all of that ready. I'm gonna put this to the side. We gotta kind of be careful with this stuff. So let me go get my old one and show you guys. So as you can see, everything was done right on this one. Everything was done right. This is exactly how you want it to look. But however, you see, not focusing, I kind of like pulled the wires off of here. So I kind of have to be careful with this new one. This is repairable, you know what I mean, with solder, a solder kit. So I'm going to keep that, not going to get rid of it. This is that fuel regulator I was talking to you about. So this got to come out. Gonna be very careful with that. So let me just take my time and take it all apart. Let's do it the right way. Just take my time. This is all right. I gotta get back to it. It's looking crazy in here, right, y'all? I ain't organize this person to be like in a workspace. So just to kind of recap of where we at. This is our pump. It's our 420 pump. This is our Olsen, and we already got that up out of there. It's fitting. So what we got to do is I have to trim this off. I thought I had cut it this, but I didn't. I don't know why, what I thought about. I don't know. I didn't need to because it was already up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off like I did this, if you can see. See the difference? So I'm going to trim this part off. Kind of like get our wires out the way. And kind of like fold them up and kind of get them out the way. That way we don't mess up the wires. So let's get it. I'm doing. As you can see, with this fuel pump, this is a stock one. It fits right up in there. Let's see. It fits right up in there, flush, and you can put this. So when you kind of modify, you see the difference in the pipe, the pump. This is water at the bottom of it, so it can't go in there. So what we need to do is we actually need to cut down there and trim it. That way this can stick out and the main part of the pump can fit in there flushly. So that's the purpose of why we're cutting that. So we got that all. I got plastic all over the place because you know it's gas, so I'm doing pretty good with that. So now let's test fit. Let's test fit our pump. It's in here and it ain't coming out. So the next step, we're gonna splice these wires and we're gonna put some butt connectors on it. So that's the point of this. So we can pull this back. Oh, that's flush in there. All right, so we can put that in there. Let's take that back out. We're gonna push this to the side. We're gonna push all of that to the side. We need to kind of like keep that out the way, because what we're gonna be doing is, the next step is to grind all of this down. Man, what's messing with my phone died, so I don't even know where I left off at. So we kind of got this secured, right? We're not gonna mess with that. We cut the power cord off, the wire harness off of here because we don't need it. We're gonna add butt connectors. We drilled the hole for the fitting for the fuel return line. We cut around this so the actual pump can work, because it's too different. The bottom of this pump is wider. So we had to cut around here, the bezel of this, so we can fit that in there. The fuel regulator is in. Like I said, we put this fitting in. We grinded all of this down in it so it can be a flat surface. That way, when we put this fitter in, this washer could be flush, and that way fuel won't leak up out of the top of the hat. So that's all done. Last time on my other one, I ripped these out of here because I was just using wire cutters. And while I'm talking, I'm actually cleaning up. Wire cutters, and you know, with wire cutters, you got to put force on it to kind of get the wire part off of it. And I kind of like popped the wires on the old sender unit. Luckily, my new shell came with an OEM one, because these sender units cost. They about retail, they're probably about like a good $400 or $500. So I'm so happy that my new shell has one. So That's a blessing. And I learned from my mistakes. I invested into the right stuff to get the job done. And those wire cutters that you see up there, they actually, you know, works pretty good, so you don't have to like forcefully rip the wire off. So when doing this, get yourself, you guys, a pair of these. They come in handy, not just for doing this, you know, modified fuel pump, but for any wiring things that you're doing. You kind of want to use the right tools, and if you use the right tools, everything could come out the right way. So we're gonna sit that to the side. Let's put these up. Remember, we cannot, these are extra springs. These are the lines that we need. These are the butt connectors. So now we're back to doing the butt connectors. So that's in there. Butt connectors are good for fuel. I'm gonna need some bigger ones so I can squeeze it. I don't want to squeeze this side. I think she's good on this side. That ain't coming out. Let's get this side done. Let's see. And then we're gonna try to hit it with some heat shrink. We gotta be careful. I meant some heat. You gotta be careful because remember, y'all, this is a fuel sending unit. So fuel is on here, so I might have made this a little bit too long, so we're gonna snip some of this off. Just so the butt connector can be installed right. Perfect. That's in there. That's in there. Those butt connectors is in there perfectly fine. So now what we want to do is kind of like make sure this part of the wire is good because we're ready to put this up in there. So let's get this up in there so our pump can be wired correctly. Let's see. Make sure it's flushed in there, which is it's flushed in there. We're gonna kind of get up underneath here. We gotta be very careful with those wires. So here we go. Make sure we put the red with the red. And that's in there. Time to squeeze. And that's in there. Make sure we squeeze again. Make sure everything is squeezed. That's not coming off. I don't feel like it's coming off, so that's good. Let's go and get the ground done. Don't squeeze. Oh, that one ain't in there yet. Perfect. Perfect. So what I'm going to try to do is kind of slide these to the side. Slide them to the side. I think I might have a lighter up here. Maybe I don't. We kind of want to heat these up. What they're saying, they kind of recommend you do a heat gun, but I don't have a heat gun. So I kind of got to find another lighter to kind of clean this up a little bit more. I almost forgot that we kind of got to shave this off so this line could kind of sit in here This line could kind of sit in here. I kind of should have moved it over a little bit more, but it's cool. But that line needs to sit in here, so we kind of want to like shave that out. Let's see if I can kind of reuse this filter. Let's see. I doubt it, but it doesn't hurt to try. You're modifying stuff, so let's see. If I can reuse this filter, it'll be perfect. Oh snap! Oh snap! It's not coming off. Whatever.